وفي الصين تحديدا في سوق أسماك ببلدة صغيرة اسمها ووهان شرقي البلاد، وانتقل بعد ذلك إلى تايلاند واليابان وكوريا الجنوبية وسنغافورة وتايوان حتى ظهرت أول الحالات بالولايات المتحدة الأمريكية.
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know. A Washington state resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began. Officials now say more than 400 people have been sickened and 9 people have died.
Breaking news. The first death from coronavirus here in the United States.
بدأ فيروس كورونا في الانتشار خارج الصين بعد انتقاله لعدد من الدول بالشرق والغرب وتضارب الأنباء حول أول إصابة في الوطن العربي.
In 2019, the world has been facing the strongest and longest storm ever. But it was at the top of storm it affected our world socially, politically, and economically. It turned the scales of the world. Because of it, we lost many our loved ones. This pandemic is coronavirus. Centers for Disease and Control, the provincial CDC in the United States recommended that exercise caution and not get out except for the extreme necessity and at her household isolation, but established by most countries around the world. And if you wanted to leave the home, you have to wear a mask and use alcohol as hand sanitizer. You have to use the mask when you cough and sneeze. Avoid contact with people who are affected with coronavirus. And if you feel you are sick with coronavirus, go home and see a doctor. Another thing, avoid contact with eyes, nose, mouth, face.
It's among the group of coronavirus that cause disease such as cold and acute respiratory infection such as SARS virus in China in 2019 and spread as pandemic around the world. A new type called severe acute respiratory syndrome. Corona begins with the title Covid-19.
The World Health Organization has made some recommendations to prevent the disease, and its most important symptoms are fever, cough, shortness of breath, and among its symptoms are vertigo, running nose, sore throat, vomiting, headache, diarrhea, and finally loss of smell and taste.
Some signs appear to 14 days after infection with corona and may appear very light or severe, and it may also not appear signs of the person at all. We find that elderly and people with diabetes, heart disease of the respiratory system are more likely to be infected with the virus.
If you have urgent signs and symptoms associated with coronavirus, seek care immediately, especially if you come into contact with someone who has been diagnosed with it.
Coronavirus is spread by contact with an infected person or by touching the surface of the virus and touching its mouth, nose, or eyes. It's to treat person very carefully because it spreads very quickly between hands.